Welcome back. I decided to have a beer because I need something to relax my nervous system. My nervous system gets friggin' pounded. Now, this started as a Lyme disease blog, and those that have Lyme disease and MS and other conditions which your myelin sheath get worn away by the condition, you know how stressful that is. Having the central nervous system attacked such that your heart, your brain, and just, your whole network of nerves in your body is very, very difficult. Maybe the salvation process by itself is already horribly difficult, and then having like Lyme disease on top of it, whoa, even worse. So my nervous system gets trashed. Totally freaking trashed. And I've talked before about how I do things to kind of mask the uncomfortable sensations in my body. And that's been my strategy for dealing with my pain, is having something else that will kind of override the negative sensations. Okay. So if you're not having a beer already, I hope you're having a beer with me right now. Or if you don't need one, fuck it. Just your drink of choice. Can you do that? Can you make one of those sounds? Maybe I need to drink. That's too full. I think that's an A. I think it's a pitch of an A. I actually have a beer bottle version of Joy to the World, which is on my YouTube channel. And you're welcome to hear that. I still have the bottles full of water to the appropriate heights to make the right pitches. I think you'll enjoy it. Alright. We should probably talk about something. Let's talk about education and school. Now I was talking to this. See, I hate doing that. I hate thinking, okay, you gotta tackle a subject now. It's not the way I like to do things. I met this woman today at pickleball. She's from Croatia, a very nice lady. She's over 50. And the other day I said something about dentists. She happens to be a dentist, and she's a very nice lady. And she actually has maybe more of an enlightened view on fluoride than I thought a dentist was capable of having. She said that she believed that people in the third world needed it, but basically that people in the first world, it wasn't very important. Right? Do we have a first world? I always hear about the third world. I don't know if there's a second world even. So, anyhow, very nice lady, and she actually recommended to do something like an oil something or other, oil flush, where you take like coconut oil and you leave it in your mouth for like 20 minutes, and that's supposed to kill the bad bacteria in the mouth, yet it doesn't kill the good ones because they have different receptors or something. You'll notice that in nature, basically things that are good are almost wholly good. We live in such a fucked up world, though, so it's not quite that way. There's so many things contradict one another. But, we were talking about how oftentimes we have what we need in our backyards. Literally, here in Pittsburgh, we have this Japanese knotweed, which is not just here. It started probably in Japan, I'm guessing, unless it made it there from somewhere else. And it's all over the northeastern part of the country. It happens to be one of the key herbs and one of the protocols for Lyme disease. So this stuff is growing like crazy. Some people can't get rid of it. Just so happens that it being a very difficult plant to eradicate, also those same properties make that plant really tough. So they're beneficial for the body. So what I did one time is I went nearby here and I dug up a whole bunch of it, cut the roots off, and cleaned them off real good, and then put them in the damn blender and blended them up as fine as I could, and I ended up breaking the blender, and so it didn't save me any money. Oftentimes saving money seems to be pretty much a lost cause for me, and dealing with finances in general is just not something I'm really that capable of doing. Fucking hate it. You should too. You should too. Money has got corrupt symbols all over it. It's literally dirty. It's traced with cocaine and germs, and money is dirty. It's dirty stuff. But anyhow, oftentimes we have what we need in our backyards. And yeah, she had a pretty enlightened view about dentistry. And we talked about essential oils too, which essential oils you can use as well. And okay, I gotta get topic driven, don't I? Okay, education. Gotta talk about something. So let me just briefly state that education is an institution of hell. And I see a lot of very liberal people, so-called liberal people, who laud education. I read this book a while ago called The Talent Code. It was a very good book, all in all. And it had this one section about, what was it, the KIPP school or something like that, where you have all these very well-intentioned people coming together and getting all these kids kind of in this militaristic almost manner of learning, which is not bad in and of itself, but very disciplined. And their focus is on get to college, get to college, get to college, get to college. Hey. College is hell. Postgraduate work is hell. The preschool's hell. The whole thing is hell, start to finish. Everything that exists here is hell. And that's what I'm trying to convey with like these all ideas about what we see out there in the cosmos. Is we're using the hell brain. We're using the mechanism of hell, the shit brain here. We're looking out and we're saying these things are real out there. It's like, we got to get that everything that we perceive is through the distorted eyes, perceptions. And we're giving these things reality, when in fact, they don't have any reality in God's eyes, in the soul's eyes. That they're all manifestations of hell, including school, including education. I read a book a little while ago, and this guy did a very, very thorough job of spelling out what he termed the false heaven matrix. Meaning that this heaven that we usually go to when we die, we'll meet like our idol, Jesus right there. So Jesus appears before us because we really love Jesus, or we really love Bono or something. Well, he's not dead yet, but what's the other one? John Lennon, right? So you'll meet John Lennon or something, or Eisenhower. If you love Eisenhower, why would you fucking love Eisenhower? I have no idea, but whoever you idolize, you're going to meet that kind of person when you cross through the pearly gates. And then you go to this place up there, and then what do you do again? You learn more lessons, because you didn't learn enough the last time. So you have to study books, and you got to decide what you're going to learn the next time. And then you come back here, you learn again, and you never get anywhere. You're stuck in this hamster wheel. And education is just part of it. Think education is the answer? No, it's not the fucking answer. Learning is the answer, knowledge is the answer, but education through the educational system is not the answer. Is education solving the problems of this world? Fuck no. Look at all the problems in this world. Most of the people that go through college, they become very, very brainwashed. Oh, you're so boring. You barely even talk to these people. They know too much. They've learned too much. That's what it does to a lot of people. Education is meant to keep you dumb. It's not meant to make you smart. Kids doing homework, we've proven this, we've known this for a very long time. Homework does absolutely no good for children whatsoever. You think doing them good, you're crazy. You just haven't looked at it. You haven't done the research. You need to do the research. It doesn't do your kids any good, do homework. Not much more than 5-10 minutes at most. Kids have what they need. Their souls. Souls naturally like to learn the curriculum for a soul, which is what? How to get the hell out of here. That's what the soul naturally wants to learn. Learning is important. Education, BS. What did Mark Twain say? Mark Twain said, I never let schooling interfere with my education, or schooling interfere with my learning. Whatever the wording is, you understand the point. Doesn't matter what word we use, schooling, learning, education. Here I'm making the distinction between education and learning. However you want to define those words, but you understand the point. Real learning and systematized institutional learning, very, very different things. School is an institution of hell. You got to start to learn that. You got to get that completely.